Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Leah. If you do not know me from my actual in-person classes, welcome. One housekeeping tip that I like to say at the beginning of all my classes for new people is that you know your body better than anyone else. So if there is a move that I'm asking you to do that doesn't feel right or it's causing pain, I want you to back out of it, take a modification, or avoid it altogether. You know your body better than anyone else. So me telling you to do something that isn't actually beneficial for you, or if you've had surgeries or replacements or anything going on that you know there's something you can't do, don't do it. The beauty of this being a video is that you can just hit that fast forward button, skip right on past, and go on to the next move. So we're going to begin. We're going to start with closing our eyes, placing our hands in our lap, and breathe. We're going to breathe in through the nose, filling the belly, filling the lungs. And we're going to exhale fully through the mouth. And we're going to do that a few more times, just taking it at your own pace. Making sure that with every breath in that you're filling your lungs and your belly completely. You really want to work on expanding your capacity to hold breath. Our bodies don't get enough oxygen on a day-to-day basis due to our shallow breathing. So when we can take the time to intentionally breathe and breathe deep, we do so much for our body, bringing so much oxygen and nourishment into our body. And every time you exhale, make sure that you're sighing it out through the mouth and letting all the air out that you can. One more time, we're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale fully through the mouth. And then you can open your eyes if you'd like, and we're going to start with some neck rolls. So one ear to shoulder, and we're going to come down and around and bring it back. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you bring it back. And you're going to do this at your own pace. No rushing. Warming up that neck. And we're going to switch directions. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to take it to those shoulders, doing those shoulder rolls, forward and back. Aiming to get these as big as you can. You really want to get that shoulder joint working. And we'll switch directions, going back to forward. A few more times. And remembering your breath, staying connected to your breath this entire practice. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Go ahead and drop that. We're going to go back to the head and we're going to look side to side. So every time that you push your head to the side, I want you to just use your head to just try and push it a little bit more. Just to see if you can get a little bit deeper into this. Get a little bit of an extra stretch through the side, back of that neck and in the side. And just really challenging your range of motion. Now again, if this is painful, you don't go as far. If it's just uncomfortable, you breathe into that. You breathe into that discomfort. Maybe you need to hold it for a breath on one side. Just really listening to your body. And we're coming back to center. We're going to go up and down. So gazing all the way up and bringing it down. Inhale as we go up. Exhale as you come down. Following your own breath. Taking this nice and slow. And we're coming back to neutral. We're going to take it to those wrists. Start by making wrist circles. Again, you want to take this as big as you can. Warming up those wrist joints. And switch directions. And go ahead and release that. We're going to take it to our fingers. So we're going to do some finger taps. So we're going to tap each finger to the thumb. And when you do, I want you to press into that. And you're going to go through each finger and then work your way back. So creating some tension in there, creating some strength, but also that mobility to be able to touch your fingers to each other. And you can go faster or you can go slower, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to do one more round each way, going a little bit quicker. And we'll drop that. We're going to take it to our feet. So we're going to start by just lifting those toes up off the mat, up and down. I don't want to see your whole foot coming off like this, just the toes, okay? We're really working on that toe mobility, getting that flexion going through your toes. Things that our feet tend to not get enough of these days. And remembering to breathe for a few more rounds. At any point, this is too much and you need to take a break partway through. You take a break whenever you need, or you stop early, and then come back to this video and just notice how much deeper you can get into things or how much farther you can get into them. All right, we're going to go ahead and drop that. We're going to go to our heels, so lifting just our heels up off the mat. And I forgot to mention, you can do this on a couch, you can do this on like a kitchen table chair, whatever feels good for your body, whatever you need. This is just the most convenient place in my house to film. The house is a bit of an odd setup, and I actually had everything pulled out already to clean my carpets, so worked out really well. Got a few more breaths. And we'll go ahead and drop that. We're going to come into cat-cow, so bringing those hands onto your thighs. We're going to inhale, push our chest forward and gaze up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to push it back and round our spine out. Coming forward as we inhale. Exhale, push it back. And just continue going at your own pace. Just a few more rounds. And you come into this as deep as you like or as shallow as you like, whatever feels good for your body. You can also hold on to your knees as you round it out to really start pulling those shoulders forward. It gets a bit of a bigger stretch in between those shoulder blades. One more time, coming forward as we inhale. Exhale, push it back. And coming back to neutral, we're going to take a bit of a twist. So taking that right hand to left knee, Your left hand comes either behind you on your couch or you're holding onto your chair, and then we're twisting from that midsection. Those hips do not move. So coming around, and then anytime you're in a twist, I want you to breathe into your belly, expanding the belly and contracting it. And the reason for this is that when we're in a twist, and we breathe into our belly, we're actually massaging our internal organs, and we're promoting the natural detox processes that they have. So think of it like wringing out a cloth. When you twist it up and then you continue kind of pulling on it and twisting it to get all that water out, it's kind of the same thing with the toxins that are built up in there. So twisting is really good to help our bodies detox naturally. That being said, you want to make sure you drink lots of water. Come back to center anytime you do any twisting. And we're going to go to the other side. So left hand to right knee, coming around over. Right hand is behind you. Breathing into that belly. And only coming around as far as what feels good for you. So if you can only just go a little bit, just go a little bit. You don't have to push yourself to go farther. Don't cause pain. Make sure your hips are squared to the front of you. And then just breathe. I got a few more breaths here. And go ahead and bring it back to neutral. So from here, we're going to do some sun salutations. I'm going to show you seated twice, and then if you prefer or you'd like to challenge yourself, I'm going to show you standing as well. So they're just half sun salutations. And so we're just going to start by breathing in, bringing those arms above our head. Exhale, we're going to fold it all the way down. Now, if you can't go all the way, you just go down as far as you can. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, aiming for a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. One more time, seated. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Okay, from here, I'm going to show you standing. If seated is good and you want to stay there, you stay there. If you want to try standing and that's too much, you can go back to seated at any time. So inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down or as down far as you can, but make sure that you're folding, you're tilting your pelvis forward so that you're really folding from those hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, we're going for that flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Again, 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. One more. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. Now from here, we are going to need a strap of some sort. I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the video. So if you need to pause the video right now, just to go grab a towel, or if you have a strap, just a hand towel will do. It doesn't need to be massive. Go ahead and do that now. All right, and so from here, we are going to go back to seated, and we're going to take our towel. You can fold it up, you can roll it, doesn't matter. We're just going to bring it so that our hands are about shoulder distance apart. If you need to go wider, you can go ahead and go wider. Just doing what's good for your body. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up above our head, or just as much as you can. Exhale, down to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, and every time you go up, I want to think about pushing those arms back just a little bit and exhale back down. You really want to focus on that range of motion. We are keeping that socket kind of locked into place and working on bringing those arms back farther than they're normally going or they're used to going. Now, if you have an injury or something like I do, maybe it hurts a little bit. Again, if it's causing pain, back out of it a little bit or avoid it altogether. We got 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll drop back. Go ahead and shake those arms out if you need to. I know sometimes that can burn. From here, we're going to take this behind our back. Now, if you're on a regular chair, you might want to sit sideways or stand up completely if that feels good for you. So I'm just going to show you, we're holding it behind our back. Again, about shoulder distance apart if you can. If that's too close, too painful, or you don't have that range of motion yet, you just widen those hands out. From here, we're going to inhale, lift those arms up, getting that shoulder stretch. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. Continue going. Following your breath. Following at your own pace. If you need to slow it down more, you can go ahead and slow it down. If you want to hold at the top longer, you can hold. We're here for a few more breaths. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. Go ahead. Shake those arms out. We're going to do a couple sun salutations. We're going to inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold. And again, seated or standing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. I'll do one standing. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to come back to seated. We're going to go into our lower body. So for this, we're just going to extend our right foot out to begin with. Toes are flexed, so our toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. From here, again, we're going to tilt that pelvis forward, and then we start to move forward to fold over, using your legs to support you, coming down until you start to feel a really good stretch through the entire backside of that leg. From here, we're just going to gently pulse up and down. It doesn't have to be a big movement, and you don't want to go so deep into this that you're causing pain or you're overstretching anything that's not ready to be stretched. Right now, what we're doing is just warming up the muscles so that it's ready for a longer hold. Couple more breaths, and then we're going to hold. And go ahead on your next exhale, bring it down. We're going to hold it low. Making sure that your back is straight. You don't want to be folding from your low back because that's where you can get a lot of pain and injury in the low back area. Every time that you feel your muscles release a little bit, that stretch isn't quite so intense, I want you to come down into it just a little bit deeper. And again, remember, wherever you're at is perfectly amazing and awesome for your body. Like, you don't have to be where someone else is at. That's the one thing with yoga that I find is that a lot of people compare themselves to someone else. And yoga is an individual journey. We may do it together in a classroom or through video, it doesn't matter, but it is an individual journey of loving your body, taking care of your body, and honoring your body and where it's at. So just remember that everything where you're at right now is not where you'll be forever as long as you stay consistent. All right, we'll go ahead and push ourselves back up. We're going to switch legs. So bringing that left leg forward, toes are pointed up. Same thing, we're coming down until we start to feel that stretch. And again, tilt that pelvis first before you start to come down. You're going to feel it a lot quicker, and you're protecting that low back. And then again, nice gentle bounce up and down. Breathing, warming up the back of that leg. And on your next exhale, bring it down and then hold. And same thing on this time, on this side, sorry. Every time you feel that muscle relax a little bit and start to loosen, you just come down a little bit farther. It's like a micro movement. It doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. You're not going into it way farther than your body needs. It's just a little bit until you feel that same level of stretch you felt before, and you hold. And then as you feel that release, you come into it a little bit more and you hold. Remembering to breathe, always staying connected to that breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. A few more minutes, or a few more breaths, I mean. And go ahead and gently bring yourself back up, bringing that knee back in. We can shake those legs out if we need to. We're going to take a forward or a figure four stretch. So again, coming back to that right foot, bringing it on top of the left knee. Right foot stays flexed. I don't want to see the toes pointed. They stay flexed to protect the knee. The rule of thumb is if it's in a straight line, your foot should be flexed. If it's back like this, your toes stay pointed. And the reason is that you want to keep your knee in line with your second toe. That's how you're going to know that you're in good alignment. So from here, bringing that foot up onto your knee, and then again, we're going to fold from those hips, tilting that pelvis forward and then coming down. Again, only as deep as what you can start to feel it. And then we're just going to do a nice light bounce. You should be feeling this through that glute muscle, maybe even into your hip a little bit if it's really tight. If you do not have the ability to bring your foot up like this, you can always just kind of bring it up a little bit, right? So you just kind of straighten that bottom leg out, just rest this one on top. And as long as you're feeling a stretch through here, it's good. So from there, we're going to exhale and we're going to come down into this hold and just find stillness. Breathing here. Few more breaths. And same thing, every time you feel that muscle release, just come down into it a little bit deeper. The longer holds give our body a chance to actually release instead of coming out of the stretch before the muscles actually had a chance to relax. And bring yourself back up. We're going to drop that leg and we're going to come to the other side. So from here, we're going to bring that left foot up onto the right knee. Foot is flexed, toes are back towards the knee, and then same thing. Folding or tilting that pelvis forward as we start to bounce up and down. Start releasing through that left side glute. Maybe again, even into the hip a little bit if you're a little bit tight. And wherever you're at, just breathe. Sometimes words evade me and I have a hard time thinking of what I'm trying to say. So if you hear me pause for a moment while I'm in the middle of a sentence, just know that I'm just trying to think of the word that I'm trying to use. And on your next exhale, we're going to come down and we're going to hold. Again, remembering that that pelvis needs to be tilted to really work on that. It really gets deeper into that stretch and it protects that low back. So you want to make sure that you're doing that at all times. You may not be able to come as deep into it right off the hop when you first start doing that, but that's not a bad thing. Remembering to breathe. A few more breaths. And go ahead and bring yourself back up. We'll take that leg off, shake those legs out. We're going to go one more time with the legs, bringing that right foot back out, but this time we're going to have that foot planted onto the mat. So we're not bringing it up, we're planting it down. Then I want you to turn those toes in. Only going as far as you comfortably can, but you want to make sure that and your leg is straight. So if it's bent, you're not going to feel this as much. So making sure that your leg is straight, and then you turn those toes in. And then again, tilt that pelvis as we start to go forward. I want you to feel this in the side of your leg. We're trying to stretch out the muscles and the tendons in there because they don't tend to get looked at very often, or they don't get, stretched out very often. And breathe. And again, you can bounce gently if you need to, if it's really tight. If it's not too bad, you can just hold. And remembering to breathe. And your toes don't have to be as far twisted as mine or your foot. It can just be a little bit, just so long as you're feeling it in here. And we'll go ahead and gently push ourselves back up, bring that foot in, and we're going to take it to the other side. So left leg comes out straight, dropping those toes down, and then we're twisting them to the side, tilting that pelvis, and then coming down, folding over that leg until you feel that stretch in the side of the left leg. And breathe. Remembering to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. A few more breaths. Once more, inhaling in nice and deep. Exhale through the mouth. And gently push yourself back up, bring that leg in. We're going to shake those out. So we're going to go into the standing portion of this. If you're sitting using your couch and you need something to hold on to, you can utilize either your wall or you can grab a chair. So I'm just going to show you using my couch because I do have the mobility, but just know that if you have a regular chair, it's higher up so that you don't have to go down as far. So we're going to just start with our tree pose. So this is a really great balancing pose. It works on stabilizing our feet muscles, our ankle muscles, our lower leg muscles, which is what's needed to hold us up, right? So being able to hold your balance for a really long time on one leg is really, really good just for your overall health and just, being able to carry yourself day in and day out. So if you need a chair, you can hold on to it. It's either in front or it's beside. We're going to start by grounding down through that left leg. I want you to keep a slight bend in it. We're not locking it out, okay? just a slight bend. You want it soft. That right foot, if you can, you want to bring that knee all the way out to the side. If this is inaccessible for you, you can keep it directly in front. It can just be partially out to the side. The main thing is that I want you first to work on bringing that knee all the way open. Once you've got that, or wherever you're at, you can bring your foot up to your ankle or onto your calf. But again, I don't want you to go higher than this until that knee is all the way out to the side. After this, your next option is to bring that all the way up into the inner thigh. Now, this requires a lot of flexibility and a lot of strength, so take your time getting there. But once you can get there, it's really amazing and it's a lot more challenging. So again, we're going to ground down through that right leg, bring that left leg, bring that right knee out to the side or as far over as you can. And then either you're using your toes as a tripod to just get the feeling of balancing on one leg, or you can bring those toes up onto your ankle or feet onto the calf muscle. From here, your hands can be on your hips, they can be at heart center, or they can be all the way up in tree. I want you to remember to never, ever, ever place your foot on your knee joint because you're putting pressure on it sideways and you can actually cause injury from that. So never, ever on the knee joint. It's above or below at all times for anything that you're doing where you have to have pressure on your leg. From here, keeping your gaze focused on one area, on the floor or the wall, wherever it is, not darting around. That's also going to help you keep your balance. We've got a few more breaths. If you fall out of it, just go ahead, regain your balance, and come right back in. And go ahead and drop that. We'll shake those legs out and we're going to come back onto the other side. So we're going to ground down through that right leg this time. Nice, gentle, soft bend in the knee. Left foot this time is coming open as far as it can and then onto the ankle or onto the calf or all the way up into the groin. Or you can use it as a tripod if you can't even like balance at all, right? This is kind of your beginning point. And wherever you're at, hands in whatever position feels good. And again, I forgot to mention on the other side, if you're holding onto your chair and you want to play with your balance, let go for a few seconds, right? If you can't keep your balance at all, you just stay holding onto that chair, but you're still building that muscle in your feet and in your ankle and in your lower leg areas so that you will have the ability one day to just let go of that chair and start balancing. And maybe it's for a few seconds to start. And then maybe it's 10 seconds, and then maybe it's 30 seconds, and then it's a minute, and it just keeps going and going and going, and you're building that strength for your body. But it takes time, right? Like any good thing, it takes time and it takes patience and it takes practice and dedication. We got a few more breaths. And we'll go ahead and drop that down, shake those legs out. From here, we are going to do our warrior one. So if at any point this is too much, I did forget to mention with the tree pose, if the tree pose is ever too much, you can come back and if you're on a regular chair, you just open that leg up and you're just working on opening that leg up to the side and you push your foot on the chair leg. If you're on a couch, again, it doesn't have to be on anything. You're just working on getting that leg open to the side. If you can go that far and you want to go farther, you can turn sideways so that you can just start working on that mobility of your hips. When it comes to warrior one, seated, this is going to be better in a regular chair, but still possible on the couch. You're just not going to be as straight. So your inside foot, the one that's closer to the inside of the furniture, is going to stay planted on the mat. Your knee is going to stay bent. That outside leg is going to start coming. You want to start working on getting it back as straight as possible. So you're just kind of working on more of like a lunge stance for warrior one and warrior two. So when I'm going through warrior one and warrior two standing, if that's too much, this is the modification you take. When we switch sides, you switch sides. Okay? And then when I go to warrior two, you just go back to the other side. So you're just working on getting this area stretched out. So warrior one, again, you're either going to have your chair in front of you, probably the best spot for it, or behind or beside you if that works better. We're going to start with our feet pointed the same way. We're going to step that right foot back, twist that back foot to about a 45-degree angle, not 90, about 45. We're going to bend into that front knee, but making sure that that knee never goes in front of your ankle. It's above or it's behind. If you're coming down and you need to go lower and it's going in forward, you widen your stance. Okay? You also want to make sure that your hips stay forward in warrior one. So 45-degree angle at the foot, hips are forward, knee is above or behind ankle. You're either holding onto your chair wherever it is, or those hands come straight up and you sink into that bent knee. And you breathe. This builds muscle and it utilizes those muscles in that front bent leg, but it also stretches out that groin area in the one that goes straight back. So breathing here. And again, if this is too much, you go to seated and you only go as far as what doesn't cause pain. You want to feel stretching if you're seated only, and if you're standing, you want to feel that activation through that front leg. If this is too much altogether, even seated is too much, you just avoid it for now. A couple more breaths. Remembering to breathe. And go ahead and step that back foot forward. Shake those legs out. We're going to take it to the other side. So I'm just going to switch my direction so that I'm always kind of facing you guys. This time it's that left foot that goes back, that 45-degree angle, sinking into that front leg. Hips are forward. If you need to widen your stance because you can't get those hips to be centered, then do that. The narrower your stance, the more you're going to have to keep yourself balanced. Hands are on the chair in front of you or beside you or the wall, whatever you're at, or directly up, and we're sinking down into that front leg. And again, you can walk those toes forward so you can get deeper into this if needed. And breathe. And only come down into this as deep as you comfortably can. Like if you're coming down lower and it's shaky and it's hard and it hurts and you can't hold it for as long as I am, I want you to back out of it a bit and find that area where you can hold it this long, but it's still a little bit of a challenge. You don't want to push yourself so far that you cause pain or injury, because that makes you not want to continue doing it. When you are, doing things and pushing yourself, just challenging yourself just enough that you're gaining out of it, but you're not pushing too hard, it's going to make you want to come back and come back and come back. And then your body actually has a better ability to recover because you're not pushing it past its point. So from here, again, we're going to step that back foot forward, shake those legs out. And we're going to go back to the other side, but this time we're going to do warrior two. So same thing, we're facing our chair or the wall or we're beside it, whatever you need. Taking that right foot back. This time it's at that 90-degree angle. So it's parallel if you were on a yoga mat, and this is the length way, it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. Our hips are open to the side. We are coming down. Arms are coming straight out. We're gazing out over those left fingertips, or again, you're holding onto your chair, or it can be out in front of you, but you want to make sure that you're open. So you're not actually twisting that body. So your chair would have to be here or the wall, whatever's working. And breathe. Couple more breaths. And again, remember that knee above or behind, never in front. And from here, straighten out the front leg, bring your feet together, shake those legs out. We're going to take it to the other side. So stepping that left foot back this time. And I mean, if you need to take a couple steps to get there, you do however he feels good. Back foot's at that 90-degree angle. Hips are open to the side. We're sinking down into that front leg. Arms come open or holding onto that chair. And we breathe. If your arms are open, we're gazing out over those right fingertips this time. And breathe. Couple more breaths. And we'll straighten out that front leg, bring those feet together, shake those legs out. And from here, we're going to come back, we're going to do a couple sun salutations. So again, you can do this seated if you need to, or you can stay standing with me. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold, tilt that pelvis as we fold all the way down, or as down as you can get. We're going to inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. Again, inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. Good. 2 more times. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. 1 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to come back to sitting on our chairs or our couches. And we're just going to do the last little bit of a finisher, and then we are done. All right, so from here, we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So it does help to come forward onto your chair as much as you comfortably can. And we're going to bring those knees nice and wide, making sure that our ankles are stacked underneath our knees. And then from here, we're just going to place our hands onto our legs and start to bend forward. I want you to feel that through the groin and through the inner thighs. You can use those hands to push those knees out more if that feels good for you. If not, you're just using them as support. And just breathe. If this is too much, you can go single leg, where we're just bringing one out to the side and coming down, and then switching. So just doing what works for your body, and breathe. Beautiful. Now bring yourself back up. Bring those knees in together. One more stretch for the shoulders. We're going to do eagle arms. If eagle arms is too much, you just go into a hug, but I will show you both. So to start with eagle arms, if you don't know what they are, we're going to start with our left arm on bottom, right arm on top, and you want to think about getting those shoulder or those elbows together. From here, you can either have the backs of the hands touching or reaching around, holding onto your palm, and then you're pushing those shoulders up. The arm that's on top is going to get the stretch all throughout the back of the shoulder. If this is too much, we're going into a hug, but same thing. I want those elbows to be stacked, and then you're hugging yourself, grabbing on to the backs of your shoulders. And then same thing, we're lifting those elbows up until you feel a stretch on through that top arm's shoulder. Wherever you're at, just breathe. And go ahead and release that. Shake those arms out. We're going to take it to the other side. So this time the right arm is coming under, left arm is on top, elbows are touching. And then taking the variation before you lift your elbows up to get that extra stretch. So either full eagle arms, you're holding up, touching the backs of your hands, or that hug, but elbows are still stacked. And breathe. And go ahead and release, shake those arms out. And we're going to do some sun salutations to end. So again, you can do this standing if you prefer, or you can stay seated with me. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Arms up as we inhale. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. 1 more. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in this class today. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as I bring out more chair yoga and regular yoga videos in the future. Bye for now.